Is the Bible historically accurate? Firstly, what is the Bible? The Bible is a collection of books written over a span of 1500 years. The Bible reads as a factual news account of real events, places, people, and dialogue. It was composed by up to 40 authors. The Bible has been translated into many different languages and begs the question whether or not the translation has been corrupted. This has been disproved by the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls on the West Bank of Israel in 1947. These scrolls contain a copy of the Old Testament, dated back over thousands of years, and were 99.5% accurate. Also, throughout the Bible, many specific names and dates are mentioned. Many of these have been proved to have existed through archaeology and other historical sources. One example of these is the pool of Bethesda, which was not thought to have existed until it was found 40 feet underground. Although there is some evidence that places and people exist, the stories in the Old Testament weren't written down until centuries after the actual events. These stories were handed down via word of mouth from generation to generation. This could have led to variations in the story, and most likely create an event similar to the game of Chinese whispers. In the Bible, there are some events that are recorded in which there were no people present, such as the creation story in Genesis. How could people have been able to accurately recount the events that transpired in those 6 days of creation? The only likely way of these people was had spoken to God, but there is no mention of this in the Bible. One last problem that could have occurred is the warped interpretation of the events that transpired in the Old and New Testaments. The only details that we can confirm about these stories are the place, date, and people present. Sometimes only people. This leaves no way to confirm that the stories are completely true. But don't take it from us, take it from an expert. We introduce to you
and tried to
Jerry
establish
Johnston.
through the interviews that, the New Testament of the Bible is trustworthy in terms of the history that it tells us. That the Gospels are rooted in eyewitness testimony, that they're written so early that within the lives of eyewitnesses who would have spoken up had the disciples been going around proclaiming things that were exaggerated and false. We have archaeological confirmation of many of the incidental details, which gives us confidence that the writers were careful in the history that they recorded. We have, 24,000 manuscripts of the New Testament compared to the second place, which is Homer's Iliad. I think there's 600 of those. So we have a great amount of manuscript evidence so we can be confident of its transmission through history. We can have, as Christians, strong confidence in the reliability of the Bible.
Overall, we think the Bible is mostly historically accurate, as not only are the places and people and the stories being proved to be acute all the time, but also the fact that all the stories, the settings, the dilemmas, and the people have not ever been proved to be false. A book as large as the Bible, with thousands of places, people, and facts, not one of them contradicts the history of time. And it goes without saying that we believe something is innocent until proven guilty.